What's up, guys? Throughout the years, there have been some NBA trades that we were all bracing ourselves for. Remember when Dwight Howard got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers in 2012? Everyone knew Shaquille O'Neal would get traded at some point in the 2004 offseason too. But some of the biggest trades in recent NBA history caught us all by surprise. Who could have possibly expected teams to deal away superstars entirely out of nowhere? I'm Jason Biondo, and today we present 10 recent NBA trades that nobody saw coming. And make sure to subscribe to TPS and put on your notifications because we post videos every single day. Every day is new videos, so you should definitely subscribe. Go do it. Number 10, Bulls and Derrick Rose era. The 2011 NBA MVP has seen his career completely derailed by multiple knee injuries. It's really a travesty, to put it mildly. The Bulls began a retooling stage after another early playoff exit in 2015, but they opted to keep Derrick Rose for the following season. Despite a productive year from D. Rose, Chicago missed the playoffs and decided to retool again. In the 2016 offseason, the Bulls dealt their franchise face Justin Holiday and a 2017 second rounder to the New York Knicks in exchange for Jaren Grant, Robin Lopez, and Jose Calderon. It was a small return for a former MVP and productive point guard, and it was surprising for many to see Chicago suddenly give up on their face of the franchise, even if he was struggling to stay healthy. But hey, nobody is safe from a trade in the NBA. Number 9, Carmelo Anthony heads to New York. Denver Nuggets star Carmelo Anthony rejected a contract extension and asked for a trade as the 2010-2011 season began. The signs pointed to him joining the LA Lakers. According to reports from ESPN, Los Angeles was to offer Andrew Bynum as part of the package. But nope, Anthony wound up going to the New York Knicks along with Chauncey Billups. The Nuggets acquired multiple players, cash, and picks, including Wilson Chandler and Danilo Gallinari. Denver trading Anthony wasn't a shock. It was the fact that he headed to the Knicks that surprised everyone. Needless to say, Anthony shined in the Big Apple, but the Knicks were quite horrible and wasted his talents. Number 8, Kings send Isaiah Thomas to Phoenix. Drafted by the Sacramento Kings with the final pick of the 2011 draft, the 60th overall choice exceeded expectations and morphed into a standout point guard. Thomas averaged 20.3 points per game in a breakout 2013-14 season. Thomas also went to city council meetings and pushed hard to ensure the Kings didn't relocate, which they obviously never did. Despite his status as a young star, the Kings traded Thomas to the Phoenix Suns in exchange for Alex Oriaki. Thomas blossomed in Phoenix before another surprise trade to Boston in 2015, while Oriaki never played in the NBA. Sacramento, maybe don't trade a quality point guard just entering his prime next time. Just an idea. Number 7, Paul George warns Pacers, gets dealt to OKC. Paul George was the franchise face in Indiana, guiding them to the Eastern Conference Finals in both 2013 and 2014. A 4-time All-Star with the Pacers, George surprisingly warned the team after the 2016-17 season that he was going to leave the organization after the final year of his contract. George told them he wanted to join his hometown LA Lakers. So the Pacers decided to not make one more run with George. They dealt him to the Oklahoma City Thunder in exchange for Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis. The whole saga happened quickly, but the trade has worked out for both teams. 'Twas quite the shocking trade we didn't see coming though. Number 6, Kings trade DeMarcus Cousins to the Pelicans. One of the game's most dominant centers for many years now, DeMarcus Cousins expressed nothing but loyalty to a horrible Sacramento team. Before the 2017 trade deadline, Cousins said he wanted to stay in Sacramento for the rest of his career, hoping they'd eventually retire his jersey someday. All reports suggested he'd sign a rich extension to stay with Sacramento. Days later, the Kings dealt Cousins and Omri Caspi to the New Orleans Pelicans for Langston Galloway, Buddy Hield, Tyreek Evans, and first and second round picks for that year. So much for the Kings keeping their franchise star, who made it clear he wanted to stay even though the team was quite bad. Number 5, Clippers trade franchise star Chris Paul to the Rockets. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin were among the NBA's top scoring duos, guiding the Clippers to the playoffs every year and building them into a consistent 50-win team. But after the 2016-17 season, there were rumblings going around that CP3 would opt out and test free agency. Nope. The Clippers wound up trading Paul to the Houston Rockets for 7 players, including Lou Williams, Patrick Beverley, a first-round pick, and some cash. It was a shocking trade on many levels. LA traded him to a conference rival. Paul wound up not testing free agency, and the Clippers' return felt somewhat underwhelming, though Williams and Beverley turned into quality assets. How often do perennial all-star point guards get traded? I'd call that shocking. Number 4, Clippers trade Blake Griffin after signing Supermax. Despite speculations he would look to join a contender in the 2017 offseason, LA Clippers star Blake Griffin re-signed for the Supermax contract at 5 years and approximately $171 million. But just months after showing his long-term loyalty to the Clippers, Griffin was traded to to the Detroit Pistons along with Bryce Johnson and Willie Reed. In return, the Pistons got standouts Avery Bradley, Tobias Harris, Boban Marjanovic, and 2 draft picks. Just like that, Detroit got a new big man to complement star center Andre Drummond. And just like that, the Clippers had traded Chris Paul and Blake Griffin in less than a year. That's crazy. Number 3, Thunder trade James Harden to the Rockets. The Oklahoma City Thunder had reached the NBA Finals with the big 3 of Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. They lost to the Miami Heat in 5 games, but that's okay. This trio would bounce back and win many championships together, right? No, not right. Harden rejected a contract extension and got traded to the Rockets, along with 3 other players for Jeremy Lamb, Kevin Martin, 2 first-round picks, and a second-rounder. Since when do teams trade a rising star who's supposed to be 1/3 of their big 3? Well, the Thunder haven't been back to the NBA Finals since. Harden won the NBA MVP in 2018 after leading Houston to a league-best 65 wins. Kevin Durant left OKC to sign with the Golden State Warriors in 2016. The Thunder are a great example of how a championship-caliber big 3 can be broken up. It's sad. It's devastating, actually. Number 2, Cavaliers trade Kyrie Irving to Boston. Kyrie Irving and LeBron James were among the NBA's most dominant duos together in Cleveland for 3 years. They reached 3 straight NBA Finals and won Cleveland its first championship in 2016. But after the 2017 NBA Finals, Irving shocked the world by requesting a trade. As it turned out, he had enough of being LeBron's sidekick and wanted to be the focal point elsewhere. When no better offers emerged, Cleveland opted to trade Irving to their Eastern Conference rivals. Irving was dealt to the Boston Celtics for All-Star Isaiah Thomas, two-way standout Jai Crowder, youngster Ante Zizic, a 2018 first-round pick, and 2020 second-round selection. Since when do superstars ask to be traded away from LeBron? And since when do teams trade a superstar to their rival? Oh yeah, Irving and the Cavaliers. That too. Number 1, Spurs reluctantly trade Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. Kawhi Leonard was groomed to be the next face of the San Antonio Spurs, learning from franchise icon Tim Duncan and mastermind head coach Greg Popovich. But things got strange during the 2016-17 season. Leonard was dealing with a nagging quad injury and only played 9 games. Leonard didn't feel ready to play again, and yet coaches and players pushed for him to return. There was even an emotional meeting where they begged Leonard to come back. It wound up fracturing their relationship between the organization and their 2014 NBA Finals MVP. Leonard requested a trade, and the Spurs did everything they could to change his mind. He wouldn't budge. So they dealt him and Danny Green to the Raptors for DeMar DeRozan, a first-round pick, and Jakob Poeltl. Leonard won a championship with the Spurs and seemed poised to carry their dynasty even further. But in one season, that vision was thrown out the door. He just didn't want to be with them anymore. And a top 5 player in the NBA was traded. You might say nobody saw it coming. What other shocking NBA trades did you not see coming? Join us in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and Total Pro Sports on social media. We post great content all the time. At least go check out our profiles. Like, go give it a look. Be like, oh, hey, wow, that's cool Instagram. Yo, that's a dope tweet. And then follow us. And if you don't follow us, then that's okay too. We still appreciate you. You're great. Just go look. We also appreciate likes, so give it a like right down below. Takes 1 click. That's all you gotta do. If this is your first time around TPS, make sure to subscribe because we post videos every single day. Every day's a new video, so you should definitely subscribe. Of course, thanks so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo, and I'll see you next time.
My knee.